Hello everyone, welcome to another Monday movie. I'm Mr. Blue Summers. For this week's topic, it's going to be a little bit brief. We're going to be looking at a technique that you can use for using materials and creating a grill for an object. So right here I have a reactor, and I've got a ring of polygons that spans a small portion of an area, whereas otherwise it would just be inset. And I want to create a material that's got a whole lot of holes in it, kind of like you might see on the front of a speaker or on the front of a car. So this technique is rather simple. It's an easy way of doing this. It works for a lot of small holes, but not for a few big ones. So if this is the front of a Mustang, for example, where it has a relatively small number of hexagonal holes on the front grille, this technique will not work. But this works really well for, like I said, speakers and objects that have like a mesh that you need to replicate. So in order to do that, I've gone into Photoshop and I've created this map. It's relatively small. This is 100% zoom. And all I did was I created 4 circles in each one of these boxes that I've partitioned out using guides. And for the bottom half, what I did was I used a filter called Offset. It's right here. Filter, Other, Offset. And I offset it by half of the amount of pixels horizontally. And what this does is it creates this running stack horizontally that can make your grill look just a little bit cooler than if it had just been vertically stacked like this, just a grid of holes. So this is a little bit more stylish. Now in 3ds Max, all we have to do is bring that map in. So I'm going to click on diffuse color of one of my materials, click on bitmap, and then click OK. And I found my holes right here that I saved out as a JPEG. Keep in mind that this image is completely square, so it's going to tile very well. Now all I have to do is apply the material to the ring of polygons, and then I'm going to show it in my viewport by clicking this button right here. And now I can see the material applied to this object. Now what this lets me do is tile out that material as many times as I want and preview it here in the viewport. So I could tile it 8 times along both axes. That looks pretty good, maybe 9 times. There we go. So I'm tiling this material 9 times along this object. It's looking pretty good. So now all I have to do is take it from my diffuse slot and put it in the opacity slot. Click drag. Swap. And that will remove the diffuse color and put it into the opacity. Now what this does for me is it says all the dark areas, all the black holes will become clear. They'll become transparent. And all of the white areas, all of the grill, the mesh, is going to be opaque. It'll be clear, or it'll be filled in. So when I render, you'll see the effect. I've created a grill. Now if I wanted, I could make the material underneath this grill glowing like it's a light, and then it'll shine out through the grill. It'd be rather beautiful. But that's for another Monday movie. So I hope you find this technique useful. It's pretty useful when you're working with like some products, for example, like I said with speakers. It's also great for sci-fi meshes like this. This reactor now has these grill components on it. Oh, one more thing before I forget. You'll notice that you can't see the grill on the other side. That's because I didn't make this material two-sided. Forgot to do that. So now when I render, you can see the grill through the grill. Be careful though, it's going to create a Moira pattern which you can start to see forming right about here. So it's not good for animation, but it still looks awesome for still renders. So until next week, take care and happy modeling.